don't want to mess it up on air.
Live from Lone Star Comics in Plano, Texas, this is the Untitled Super Cool Nerd Show. And ladies and gentlemen, we have a great panel this week. Of course, we got our host, Chris Danger, back over there. Quit reading comics and pay attention.
Oh, I'm just reading something else on the iPad about insurance.
You couldn't just say you were reading it. You had to mention iPad. Whatever.
Shut up.
Shameless plug.
Do the show.
Everybody's irritated about insurance these days.
Of course, we got Muse over here.
Oh, man.
And
hey,
welcoming back to the show, we have Chachie from
Hey,
from the
Chachie.
The movie Wraith, which is got
Glad
some
to be
announcements on that. At the end of the table, I have Rick of Lone Star Comics
Rick.
here.
Howdy, guys.
Because our topic this week is New Comic Wednesday. Yes, New Comic Wednesday. So much better than Court Appointment Thursdays. Or was that supposed to be Tuesday?
It was Tuesday.
Yeah, dude.
We're
Tuesdays.
Moving on.
You rehearsed this, man. What's up?
Moving on. Hey, we got MC over there working the boards, and it is a great show tonight because we have a little bit of news to tell you guys.
News?
Well, our guest has a little bit of news. As you know, on last week's show, we had Chachie Hood tell us about who is the Wraith, his project, which he had a Kickstarter for.
Yeah.
Something that me and MC are very anxious to see made. But please, Chachie, go ahead and make the announcement for Wraith.
Yeah, our Kickstarter finally reached its goal today. We had a goal of 5,000, and it was made today.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Was officially made like 5 minutes before he walked in here. There was much applause and jubilation. Congratulations, man. But that doesn't, by no means, that does not mean stop donating to them.
No, by no means, no.
Please give them more money. But yes.
Give them more of your money.
I would like to say a special thank you to Judy Hatcher and to Scott Tinsley for donating $1,000 to make it
nice.
to make sure we got that goal.
You guys are awesome.
Today. Yeah, thank you.
Wow.
We actually engineered it that way just so you'd be on an emotional high when you came to the store.
We made sure.
Right on.
I don't want to say we shook anybody down or anything like that. Anything that would incriminate me.
Yep.
But
Good idea.
yes,
Bra snuffles.
you have enough money to get Wraith made, and
Yes.
we are anxious. I hope you're going to keep coming on the show.
Hey, there's still 6 days left, so I mean,
Hey.
by all means, keep on donating.
Did you make
I mean,
enough
every
to
bit
kill me?
counts. Yes,
Well,
there's
awesome.
always enough to kill you.
Yes.
Sorry,
Got
I'm a
it.
big fan of
Got it.
Muse getting killed. Anyway, no, congratulations, man. We hope to follow the production of Wraith. We want to cover it when it comes out. Of course, I want to watch the movie, and I want my
Yes.
stuff.
Yeah, well, I mean, this show has been a huge supporter of us, and we definitely appreciate it. We definitely feel the love. MC has donated a significant amount, a very large amount. Jason X here has made donations. I mean,
I donated what I could.
yeah, we appreciate it. We really
$2
do.
is something, okay?
Yeah.
I get a thank you at least. No.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, every bit really counts, and you guys have really been great in supporting us, and we really do appreciate that.
We're more than happy that you shared that news with us coming in the door. That just made my night. I mean, I don't even hardly need liquor now after hearing that.
Hardly.
Hardly. Chris Danger.
Yeah.
Do you remember how to do your job, buddy? You know, because
I know how to do my job now. My neck just hurts.
Oh, wine.
I've been busy. Hey, that's my wife's job.
Anyway, no, welcome back, dude. Of course, we got Rick at the end of the table who was nice enough to host us at his great store. We are back here at Lone Star Comics. We're inside this time. Thank you for that, by the way.
Yeah.
So welcome.
We were
Much
good enough to
warmer.
actually come inside now. I like that. No, I love being out there. It was awesome.
Well, this way you don't have to worry about the wind, knocking down the sign. It's
Oh,
just
it's
gonna be
all
me
right.
knocking down the sign.
It happens. But no, thank you for hosting us here.
Our pleasure.
And it is Wednesday. This is the day this is, normally everybody's like, hump day. For us nerds, it's like, it's comic
It's New
day.
Comics Day, man. It's New Comics
And of
Day.
course, like while we're trying to set up, I, went crazy through the shop. And,
So what did you dig
got a
off
bunch
our
of my
shelves
stuff.
there? What do you got there?
oh, what have I got? I went on and got Deadpool, Danger Girl, G.I. Joe, don't judge me. All new X-Men, of course. G.I. Joe, Target Snake Eyes, just because I like that character.
Okay, go Joe.
You may have heard this. I got Grifter this week because he's going head-to-head with Midnighter.
Indeed.
Of course, some Green Lantern, New 52.
Okay. So you're picking up a lot of the big
my
titles.
personal favorite this week is going to be
Oh, yeah.
Joker's coming back.
Mm-hmm. Excellent.
And I got, of course, the Green Lantern Corps. I'm a Green Lantern fan, so.
Can I borrow the Deadpool?
No. I mean, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
I'll make sure my hands are dry.
Was I a little quick on that one? I'm sorry.
That's okay. I already got chocolate in it. No, I'm just kidding.
But you've got some other products down there, too, that we're going to. Hey!
Well, I noticed though. Okay, so you've covered a lot of the big imprints and a lot of the big titles, but not so much in the way of independence. So I wonder if you've heard of this little tiny publication, not much success yet, called The Walking Dead.
The Walking Dead.
Yes.
I've heard of
Sounds
this
familiar.
thing.
Familiar.
It is.
Yeah, isn't that like with pandas or something or something like that?
That would be World of Warcraft.
Oh, okay.
Currently, although I would imagine that pandas probably still exist in the post-zombie apocalypse world.
I think
wanna
I've seen him in LOL too.
I want to see a zombie
There's
panda.
one little
Yeah,
tiny panda guy in League of Legends.
I was thinking about this earlier, and I've never actually
Beats the
seen
crap
a
out of people.
tattooed survivor or roamer in The Walking Dead, either the comics or on the TV show. And I
Interesting.
feel that we need to, at this point, kind of lobby that, on behalf of tatted people everywhere, to make sure that the ink, don't stink, and put it on the screen, put it on the page.
I'm for it.
Right on, man.
That's an underserved demography.
Do you have any tattoos?
I do, but I can't mention any of them because they were inflicted upon me when I was in the military, and so yeah.
That's where I got mine.
I got
it
mine.
happens.
I got mine.
What? You didn't know I had ink, Chris?
No, I didn't know you had ink.
Oh, really? Oh,
We
well,
didn't know we were in the military.
I got them up on my arms and stuff.
Well, that's dandy.
And then, of course, there's an X over there.
Yeah.
I got mine for my
Go
great
figure.
grandparents.
Yeah, you've got like
You don't
one
mind too?
on
No.
your leg or something.
Yeah, they're on my
Well,
leg.
you're not going to be showing
What do you
that.
have?
I can't. I'm dressed for winter, so I'm wearing leggings and then socks and then heels that are laced up. So that sounds like a lot of trouble. So maybe next time.
Sure.
Yes,
I'll plan for that.
I got tired of it.
I don't even
You
know what that
suck.
sound was for, but it scared the crap out of me.
That was amazing. It's like Roseanne
Me too.
singing
I
the
was like-
national anthem.
I was
got-
like, am I getting yelled at because I'm not stripping? I don't understand.
Take off your clothes.
So
Hey, that'll boost our views by 1,000%.
So,
Show us your tattoo now.
so back to shameless
Oh,
plugs.
Lord.
Walking Dead number 104 is on the shelves right now. We just celebrated issue 100 a few months ago, which
Yep.
just broke all kinds of records. It was the biggest selling single issue in comic books since, I believe, Death of Superman in '96.
See, I actually missed that one. I didn't see it on the shelf because I was rushing because MC's like cracking the whip on
What,
get
you-
stuff ready.
Yeah, I got you hooked up. Come
Okay,
on, you can pass that down. Go
When
ahead.
I
Share
go-
that with
Hey,
us.
don't call him out.
When I go to 3
He does
calls,
everything right.
I'm pissed.
But has anybody been watching the TV show Walking Dead? Or
MC and I gather every Sunday. It's pretty much a family event now, except for the kids.
I think it's kind of neat how Rick single-handedly engineered the zombie apocalypse just so that he wouldn't have to put up with Lori.
I caught her
inspiration
cameo
there.
last week too.
Yeah.
Oh.
Actually, a good friend of mine, Rob, said that, and I was like, "Oh, you dirty."
But I was thinking that there needs to be a spin-off. I mean, this has been a comic book series that's been going on for almost a decade now, and we're into our third season of the TV show. So it's about time for a fresh perspective. So what I would like to see is an entire hour of Christopher Walken battling zombies, and we should call it The Walking Dead. And it would be
There's a rim shot sound effect somewhere that we need for just that.
and it would be even better if it could be like the plot of that terrible movie with Brendan Fraser, Blast from the Past with Alicia Silverstone.
Oh, why would you mention
come
that?
up- they come up from below the surface where he was like this great DARPA defense contractor, and he built this underground labyrinth with salmon and Sissy Spacek. Which anyway, there's a joke there too. But they come up to the surface, and it turns out that the zombie invasion, the zombie apocalypse. Has
Oh,
occurred.
nice.
I think that we should pitch that.
Yeah, it might not be a bad idea. Brendan Fraser needs work right now. So
He does, and so does she.
The
Actually.
hell happened to that guy?
So what have you got? What have you got there? I see. Some
okay,
fantastic
well,
photos.
I did get I did pick up one from last week, Green Lantern 14, which
we still have.
yes,
I know. I bashed that character so much on the show. I genuinely feel bad about bashing Baz. Okay.
Simon Baz is the new Green Lantern. You got to get used to it, man. But here's the deal, and I'm just going to say this is something I've noticed. We talked about this a little before the show today. Is it just me, or in the new DC run, hasn't Superman just become a complete and total tool?
Well, are you talking about him being depowered and being not so magnificent, or just kind of whiny? And
He's
crybaby-ish?
just kind of become like the high school jock tool of the DC universe now. He used to be kind of like he used to be poster boy for truth, justice, and all of that. Now he's just kind of Sure.
Well,
yeah.
one thing to remember is that they're trying to inject a little bit of kind of an adolescent sort of demographic, and this is a good thing because we want the next generation to be able to appreciate comic books. But also remember, this is a Superman who's very, very new to his powers. That everything that's happening in the DC New 52 right now is roughly 5-6 years after the introduction initially of superheroes to this new redefined DC universe. So they're kind of figuring things out and, you know, making some mistakes.
You know, well, I'm hoping this actually sets up maybe some of the, what I like to call the background heroes. And I hate using the term background heroes, but guys like
Second tier,
you know, like Cyborg, or you know, even Simon here, or even in the rest of the Corps, put them more out front, because you know, truly, you know, Clark Cal has been out there, pretty much been the banner waver for years.
Well, you know, we say second tier, you know, and you mentioned Cyborg, and I think that's fair. Remember, Cyborg is now part of the Justice League.
Yeah.
But remember that until just a few years ago, Iron Man was considered to be very much a second or even third tier title. I don't know. Does anybody have any thoughts on this upcoming rumored Justice League movie that may or may not have been pitched to Ben Affleck?
Oh, shut up.
No one's got any opinion.
They are doing it.
They're definitely going to do it.
2013 summer.
I don't know what you're laughing
That's
about.
next summer.
I don't think it's going to be out that quick.
No,
that's when they're filming it.
Right. So it'll probably be out in like 2015 or something like that. So, but I actually think that Marvel did a fantastic job, and you got to give Jon Favreau credit, even though I'll never forgive him for Cowboys and Aliens. But you have to give him credit because he figured out a way to introduce. You know, kind of a real world concept, and he did it by not going for broke and going for the very high profile Marvel characters first, like Cap, you know. And so you know, with Tony Stark, you know, you've got not necessarily an everyman, but he's definitely not super powered. He's super smart. He's got a super ego. You know, he's a super great promoter of himself and marketer. But you know, really, this is just a regular guy. He's just, you know, really, really, really intelligent. And introducing him into introducing the Marvel in the universe through him, I think, was a very brilliant stroke. And I would like to see Cyborg take kind of that position, that pole position for the Justice League movie. Also, how many seriously awesome African-American superheroes have we seen in big-budget Hollywood productions?
Not many.
I mean, other than, you know, Shaq and Steel.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say Blade, but yeah.
They made a Steel movie? I've never seen that.
I wouldn't call that a movie. That's complimenting it.
That was like a screen test. It was horrible.
It was bad.
I almost forgotten about that.
It was like salmonella on the big screen.
It was horrible.
Oh.
I mean...
Well, I wanted to mention a few other titles that are out new this week. The Boys is wrapping up this week. I'm not going to spoil anything other than to say that I think that fans of the comic who have been following it for a long time will be very impressed. And it's a little much of a shame that I think that we won't see a movie based on this.
I'm so tempted to grab that and look at it, but I don't want. I don't want spoilers.
I got the hookup.
No,
this is going to be a hard
spoilers.
show because we have like comics in front of us.
It's going to spoil the whole thing. I can't.
No,
I can't
no
even look
distractions, right? Oh, shiny. You know, it's like a show for ferrets.
I don't get distracted at all. I'm
Conan.
a professional.
Conan has been amazing these last couple of years. Dark Horse has done a fantastic job with that. Man, the artwork, every single cover, it's just fantastic. One of my personal favorites is Elephant Men. Are you guys familiar with this one at all? This is a neat concept.
I am familiar with Elephant Man.
Okay, so this is a neat concept. In the not too distant future, middle of this millennium, the weapons of mankind become too advanced for humanity to actually wage war. And so what humanity does, or a certain corporation, a defense contractor does, is blend human DNA with that of certain very vicious, very survivable animals, you know, from the Great Plains of Africa, to quote Brad Pitt from the World War Z trailer. They fight our wars, but they eventually turn against us. And then at some point, they have to come back and assimilate back into human society. So there's a lot of analogies there for like Vietnam and post-traumatic stress disorder. It's incredibly well written. Some of the artwork is just absolutely gorgeous. And it's a little inconsistent because, as with a lot of comic books, you know, they change a little bit from here to there. But overall, it's an absolutely sterling series. He-Man and the Masters of the Universe.
Yes.
Believe it or not, this is pretty darn good. This is like a younger version of He-Man, and it's actually got a lot of kind of Flash Gordon-esque elements to it in a good way, not a not a Seth MacFarlane movie way.
Okay.
Invincible.
Invincible is a great one. I love
Another one
Invincible.
by Robert Kirkman, by the way, who does The Walking Dead. They are coming up on their 100th issue as well. Kirkman's just, so much success. This is a pivotal issue. I'll just put it that way.
Lock and Key.
Lock and Key.
Nice.
Amazing. Probably the best written comic book, month in, month out. And this is a recent one called Think Tank, which I am very much a fan of. Basically a genius who is, kind of let off the chain by the military, and the military wants to put him back on the chain. And I've monopolized the show for about 5 minutes now. So.
Well, I do want to throw another one in. Of course, I'm sad that Future Foundation went away, but apparently,
Great book.
Johnny Storm is back, guys. That's right. I called this.
We're still recording though, right?
We're going to take a 5 minute and get back.
Okay. We are
Okay,
taking
what's
5
going on?
to-
What happened?